Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 1st to the 10th, 2019, that's 2019, reading for you today. Now, I ask that you guys give this video a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel. This is the way you let YouTube know that you're appreciating the content that I'm putting up. And I'd like to start each reading with an attitude of gratitude. So I want to thank you so very much for tuning in and stopping by. Whether you're new or old to this channel, it's an absolute pleasure having you here. And if you would like to book a private reading with me or donate to my channel, all that information is in the description box below. It will also have a link to the cards that I use there. Well, multiple links to all the cards that I use there. So let's see now, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, what August 1st to the 10th, 2019 has in store for you. Scorpio, August 1st to the 10th, 2019, Scorpio. 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 Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. August 1st to the 10th, 2019, Scorpio. Okay, fantastic. That's where the cards fell, so that's where Spirit wants me to stop. At the center of everything, Scorpio, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is an Earth sign energy, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. But this is also you slowly and steadily moving towards your success, moving towards your bounty. You're crowned with a lot of doubt and fear. You're going to sit there and I'm going to say you're moving towards success, and you're going to say to me, Dane, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Everything isn't going the way that I want to. I feel completely overwhelmed. I can't move forward. You can be, a lot of you are having actually a lot of anxiety right now. And it doesn't feel as if people really understand because you're being seen very much so as a go-getter during this time. But as you face your anxiety, you're going to have to kind of focus on what it is that you want and where it is that you want to be. It might not be something that you would even consider to be anxiety. You'll just say, oh, Dane, no, I'm stressed. Okay, well, you're stressed and it's really taking a toll on you. So you're needing to move forward, yeah, but you're needing to also stop listening to everyone else. Everybody has an opinion for you, Scorpio. Everybody has a way that they want you to live your life. And you need to be patient because you're going to be just fine. Okay? You're going to be embracing your truth and moving forward in your abundance. You planted the seeds, and now you have this beautiful strength card right here. The sense of moving towards victory, moving towards where it is that you want to be. The strength card also represents a Leo. This is a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. So right within this reading, you have a sense of you moving forward in strength, in determination. Oh, I love it. You're the Empress right here. The Empress is claiming your power, claiming your truth. After a time of feeling cast down, after a time of feeling as if you'd never get there, you come through as a king. You come through as the King of Cups. People are going to be taking note of you. You're represented by the Cups in the Minor Arcana, Scorpio. You're represented by the Death card in the Major Arcana. And then you have the King of Swords. Okay, you're going from being a knight, from being a person who defends what it is that you think, what it is that you want, to being the person who absolutely claims your power. This time period for you is going to be one that you're seen, is going to be one where you claim your power and you claim your truth, and nothing and no one stops you. The only person who can stop you is yourself. And I know that might sound harsh, and you might think, oh no, Dane, there are people out there that just don't want to see me succeed. Yeah, there will always be. There will always be people out there who want to see you fall. Why? Because, like Frank Sinatra said, some people get kicked stopping on a dream. Don't let their negativity, don't let their anger, don't let their despair within the world dictate your life. Because it can. It can, but if you embrace your truth, you move forward like a knight, defending yourself and going after what it is that you want and seeing the harvest of what you've planted, reaping the rewards of where it is that you want to be. It's not quite a harvest yet. It's kind of like filling a basket full of apples. You know, you have one tree, but it's a really good tree, and it produces fantastic fruit. Okay. I'm actually going to take this as your card choice. I love it. These were already shuffled and meditated on beforehand, and this one just said, pick me up, so I did. So let's see here. Scorpio. Yeah. And this one right here. Enlightenment. Your choice is enlightening you. It's telling me here that sometimes you feel as if things aren't in your control, Scorpio. And a lot of times in this world, we don't have a lot of control over everything, okay? Or we don't have the control that we would want. But you have beauty, prosperity, and abundance leading you forward. You have a sense of you embracing the determination that you want. I want you to know, and Spirit wants you to know most for sure, that your choice, you have a choice within this life, within this world. You have energy right here. There's gorgeous energy shining around you. And you have enthusiasm. You are excited. So we're starting off with energy. And this says, with limitless energy, you'll achieve more than you ever dreamed possible. This isn't just physical energy, okay? This is also spiritual energy. You have a sense of spirit being right there with you, moving you forward, embracing your heart and your soul. The color that shines through here is green. That's healing and cleansing your heart chakra. Then we have enthusiasm. Life is always brighter when you wake up each day with a spirit of enthusiasm. And that's just true. I mean, it doesn't always stay bright. You could wake up thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be a fantastic day. And then you go downstairs and you're hit with everything. And you go, oh man, like I wish I just stayed in my room asleep for the whole entire day. Or you look at your phone and you have like 18 million emails. So know here that yes, other people can control your enthusiasm. But if you wake up each day with that spark of joy, that's really going to carry you far. Okay? And it can be that once you have that spark of joy, it's easier to find it. But if you don't have it, it feels as if it floats away. It feels as if it hides away. The color that shines through here is red. That's healing and cleansing the root chakra. It's going to be very beneficial for you. It's going to help put all your other chakras into alignment. Then we have choice. This says you're in control of the choices set before you, even if you feel like you're not. And that's true with the Nine of Swords. You feel like you're not. That's true with the Nine of Wands. It's like, oh my gosh, everything is out of my control. No, here, Scorpio, it's not. It might be that your choices, your control, they're not having the impact that you want at this time. But remember, it's not in your time. It's in divine time. And things move forward. And it can be that if you got exactly what it is that you wanted, exactly right now, it wouldn't work out as well as if you had to wait or you had to see things unfold. Okay? Know the universe has a plan for you, and it's spectacular. Enlightenment. Enlightenment will unearth your higher consciousness. Listening to that inner truth, listening to that inner self, really opens up the world for you. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is moving forward in prosperity. This is moving forward in abundance. This is slowly and steadily reaching the goals that you have. This is also an earth sign energy at your core, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. And this could be within your natal chart. This could be somebody that you know. But this is saying here that at your core, for these 10 days, you're going to be very logical about things. But again, you're always that Scorpio. When you know it's done, it's done. Because you're moving towards your prosperity, but you have you shining through like the king that you are. You shining through like the ruler of your life that you are. These are defenders, okay? You're defending yourself prosperity, and you're defending yourself intellectually, okay, within your mind. But here, you know your truth. You know what it is that you want. You need to calm the waters, okay? And this is very much so because of the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords. You need to calm the chaos around you and say, this is who I am, this is what I want, and this is where I'm heading. No one and nothing is going to stop me. And that's your truth. You hold within your hand the Holy Grail. Now, whether you believe in Christianity or not, whether it's a religion or a mythology, it doesn't matter. Okay? It especially doesn't matter in this space. What matters here is that you see this gift as the holy gift that it is, as the gift of love, security, abundance, sacrifice, compassion beyond reason. And if you're sitting there and saying, okay, Dane, that's nice, I still really don't like it being compared to the Holy Grail. Think of this then as Kedwen's cauldron, the greatest sorceress in Celtic mythology. It is a cauldron of all the best things that life has to offer. The boundless prosperity, abundance that is set within your soul, within yourself. Both show greatness. And both will bring greatness forward within you. Embrace it. Know that you are not your limitations. Know that you are not what the world says you are. You are the truth within your soul. You are the covenant with the divine. And you move forward in that knowledge. It's taking you a while. Yeah, life You know, we sit here and we think as human beings, okay, I would love to be a savant. I would love to be able to just have this great talent and go into the world and achieve all my goals and just be happy every moment of my life. I would love to live in paradise. Well, we as human beings, we're not really made for paradise. We're kind of made to complain. And even if we had our ideal, we would still find something wrong with it. Like the weather is always just perfect all the time. I wish it would rain. Or I wish it would get cold. You know, things like that. So here, this is saying, embrace the beauty that is leading you forward. Not sit there and think, oh, I want more now. Cherish what you have. Savor the moments. Right? It's like drinking a fine wine or a fine scotch or, you know, eating a really ripe piece of fruit. And it's just so delicious while you have it. And you think, oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. A great cup of tea. You guys know I love my tea. So here, it's savoring, it's embracing, it's enjoying. Because up top, here with your crown at the base of this reading, well, not the base, well, okay, because that's the base, but at the core of this reading, right here, this is your center reading. You're crowned with the Nine of Swords, doubts and fears. But in your clarifying cards, you're crowned with the Empress. And the Empress, I'm telling you, she doubted, she feared. Rhiannon doubted and feared. She lost everything. She was accused of a crime she didn't commit. She had her life stripped from her. She was sent in front of the palace steps to live as a servant, no less than a servant, as a beggar. She was accused of eating her child, a child that she had wanted for so long. And Rhiannon is also the goddess of horses. Rhiannon is a fairy princess. She did not have to go through the degradation of man. She didn't. Her husband, though in medieval times and in ancient Welsh times had power over her, he didn't. She was a power within herself. She was a force that he could not control. And yet she suffered. She suffered and was brought to her knees. Her child was stolen away after he was born. The nursemaids looked around and they said, oh my gosh, no. They all knew that they would hang, or they would be killed in some way or another, for that child being missing, that child going missing from his nurse room. So she had just given birth, Rhiannon had just given birth. They smeared her with blood, and they said, she's a monster, she's a fairy. She's, a fairy princess. We don't know what they can do. She ate her baby. Because she was an other, and there's a clear distinction of xenophobia within almost all mythologies. They said, oh, she's not one of us. Of course she did this. And the king looked at her and he cast her down. Now, be it a monster on the exact day that her child was born, goes around and steals all the best colts, all the best baby horses in the whole entire land. And because she's the goddess of horses, her son is the greatest colt that he could possibly find. So he steals the baby. Now he goes to a neighboring kingdom. He goes to steal the neighboring king's prize-winning horse's colt, mare's colt. And the king, who has had his colts stolen on this day time and time again, is sitting up with his crossbow, going to take down this monster. So the monster comes in, he shoots his crossbow, or his bow, or whatever it is, and what he finds is, yes, his horse is saved, his colt is saved, but he has a baby now kind of on his doorstep. So he takes his child, and he raises him as his own. Well, the child grows very quickly. Now Rhiannon is now in rags in front of the palace steps. And what she's told by her husband is her punishment is to tell any passersby who ask why she's sitting there, tell them the story of what she did. And then if they need it, she is supposed to give them a ride on her back like a horse to wherever it is that they need to go. Can you imagine going from being a queen to that? Could you imagine living that world in that world anyway? Doesn't matter what you once were, to have such a degradation that you are a horse yourself is humiliating. Well, her son is being raised in the neighboring kingdom. He grows up very quickly. The king looks at him one day and says, you grew up really fast, and you look just like this king of this neighboring kingdom. You're his son. You're his long-lost son. I know it. So he sends him off, and the king claims him as his own son because he looks just like him. The age is right. Everything is right. And Rhiannon is placed back on her throne. Soon the king is old. Soon the king dies. The son takes over the throne. Rhiannon remarries and has a good life. Well, as good as they can be in Welsh mythology. Welsh mythology is harsh, right? But here, that's what you're doing. You are claiming your power. You are claiming your truth. You have been dragged through the mud. Yes. You have lived a hard life. At times, yes. The world has wanted to break you. Yes. Do people see that? Absolutely not. They see you as this person right down here, moving forward in glory and victory as the Six of Wands. Understand that you are coming into your power. Understand that also people are not seeing the struggles that you have been through. Now, maybe you need to talk to somebody. And maybe that somebody needs to be a professional that you go and you talk to, and you can then come into your greatness. But you also need to claim that power within yourself, to climb out of the sorrow. Will it be painful? Yes, this is a ladder of swords. But will it be worth it? Absolutely. To find that you are not caged, to find that you truly are twice crowned, with the crown upon your head and the torque around your neck, that will be amazing. Because here at your root, you have doubts, you have fears, you have everybody else's words topping your own. But then we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords knows his mind. The swords are all about the mind. And this is saying that your words will prevail. Your truth will prevail. The Morgan is here, watching over you, the goddess of battles. Okay? Because you're in a battle. Life is a battle. Whether it's a very ferocious one or not, that doesn't really matter. But to each person, it's their own separate battle. They're fighting their own separate war to achieve their truth, to live their dreams, to go after their abundance. You're cutting through doubts and fears. You're guarding the seat of the soul, which is right behind your eyes. That's why in ancient Celtic times, the warriors would decapitate their foes because they take their power. They take their truth. It's kind of like Highlander. It's actually, that's where Highlander got its idea from the motif of the severed head in Celtic mythology. You have Hunin and Munin guarding you within Norse mythology. That sense of magic, that sense of truth, that sense of past thought and memory coming together, past and present coming together. Don't live solely in the past. Live in the truth of the now. When I say you're guarding your head, it's because of the chainmail right here. Okay? Fun fact, Celts also invented chainmail. Romans just stole it. Romans were very good at stealing things. You're severing through negativity. Also know that this warns of having a sharp tongue. Now, you can be having a bit of a conflict with an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. But you are also here claiming your truth and using your power. Your words are going to be very important in this time. Again, you can be sharp-tongued, so mind that. Okay? That can be something that kind of throws a fly in the ointment during this time. You're moving forward in a ferocity of spirit. You're moving forward, knowing your mind, knowing what it is that you want. But again, it can be a Leo, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that gives you doubts and fears. And it can be, in a sense here, it doesn't have to be a Leo, it doesn't have to be an air sign. What it can be is somebody who's astoundingly pushy. I mean, I love Leos. I have a whole bunch of Leos in my family, believe me. But this person can be very, very pushy. And the thing is that they're right, you're welcome. And that can just be rubbing you the wrong way. And Scorpio, that does rub you the wrong way. Because you're like, okay, I can see many sides of the story. Everybody has their opinion. But this person is going to be like, I'm right, you're welcome. It doesn't have to be that they're Leo. They just have that personality trait to them. Okay? They have that time to them right now, during this time period. And you're going to sit there and you're going to also be finding somebody who kind of wants you to see things their way. All right? They're a little bit more subtle about it. It's what I'm seeing within the cards. But that topped with this person telling you, how to do things, topped with this person telling you how to think, it's just going to be too much. It's going to be too much. And that is something that you're not going to tolerate very well at all during this time period. Quite frankly, it's not something you tolerate at all anyway. But you are moving forward. There's something here that you're going to be thinking, oh my gosh, I know this. I know my mind. I know what it is that I want. I'm going to go after it. Nothing and no one can stop me. Well, nothing and no one can stop you, Scorpio. Once you set your mind to something, you're astoundingly focused. Unless you decide you don't want it anymore and then you move on. And that's what people don't understand about you. Okay? But you're moving forward. You're knowing your truth. You're cutting through doubts and fears. Just make sure you think about it before you go. Just make sure you think it through before you leap. Because here you have the Seven of Cups. This is saying visualize, visualize, visualize. See what it is that you want within your mind's eye. See what it is that you desire. And visualize that into reality. Now, I know you're rolling your eyes and saying, Dane, I watched that book. I read that book. I watched that movie. Unless you read the way I do and then you watch the book. And the casting was so much better. So here, there is that sense of, okay. So the reason why visualization is hard for people is because we try to fly before we can even crawl. We sit there and we visualize a mansion, and we have bills upon the table and collection people calling us, collection agencies calling us, and it's like, okay, but I want a mansion. All right, that's great. Right now, your brain is saying you can't have a mansion. You have to work on this. So you have to work on that first. Logical baby steps. It takes 3 days for the neurons within your mind to start firing differently. Okay? 3 days. That means that every thought you have, within 3 days, you can find yourself falling into a pattern. That's when you get into a really bad mood. You can see yourself being in a bad mood more because your neurons are firing that way. Your brain starts to program itself to think that way, to see the negative over the positive. All right? But when you start to see the happiness in life, okay, you start to reprogram your mind. But it only takes 3 days, so it's very easy to slip. It takes 21 days to start a habit. It takes 21 days to start quitting smoking, okay? But it takes 21 days to become a smoker. All right? So here, what you have to do, and have to is the word that I intend to use, and the proper word for this, is you have to be very, very conscious of your mind. Because here you have your mind, and your mind wants to move forward in this glory, in this truth, in this prosperity, and you're like, I'm going for it. I got this. And here, the Seven of Cups is saying, visualize, visualize, visualize. Move more slowly. Think it through more. And you will get to the place that you truly want to be. You will get to what you truly desire. And you'll have doors open for you that you never thought possible. Because you're changing your reality. Because your reality begins between your ears. Your reality begins within your mind. So what you focus on, what you see, what you say to yourself at night before you go to sleep or during the day, the thoughts that you have, they have so much more of an impact than we ever thought possible. And what's happening is you're frustrated. You have a repeat of the number 9 here. You're at almost the completion of a cycle. All right? You're looking at things. You have the repeat of the number 7. This is being more guided towards the mysteries of life, okay? But you as a Scorpio would be more guided towards the mysteries of life. This is also saying that anything that happens that is not on the up and up that you do is going to be brought to the light. So you might be feeling really kind of having enough with that. Kind of every misstep, somebody's pointing out to you. Every way that you're not doing things perfectly, somebody's right there to tell you. And you have had enough. This is telling me to tell you to build that wall between you and the outside world and close the gate. Close the door. Embrace your truth, not what everybody else is saying, because Scorpio, you're such a unique individual. You cannot be what everybody else wants you to be. You have to be yourself. As you embrace that truth, as you embrace that prosperity, you move forward in that knowledge and in that understanding. Because here you have your head in a bandage, your arm in a sling, your body can very well be aching because you're holding in all the stress, because you're trying to do so much and you just feel like you're failing. And nobody likes that. And you have a headache because, again, the stress of what everybody is saying. No. It's time for you to embrace the king that you are, the person of prosperity that you are. Now, why people are kind of honing in on you is because you're coming through as a kingly energy. You're an astoundingly strong personality during these 10 days, and also you're the king upon the stage. You're the actor on the stage who is being seen. So when you're seen, of course, people are going to start poking at you. If you weren't seen, if you were quietly, hidden away, and your energy wasn't that of a king, then that would be great. Nobody would know you. But here, you are waiting patiently for your prosperity to come. Here you know that you have bigger things on the horizon for you. Patience, patience, patience. I know you don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear the P word, patience. But if you are patient, and if you know that you have planted the seeds, you have grown your tree, and now you're waiting for the fruit to come in, for it to be ripe, for it to be delicious, for it to be sun-drenched and just absolutely wonderful, you're going to be so much happier because you're coming in divine time, in the time that you needed to grow and to become ripe within yourself, within your life, and to really seize the beauty. Isn't it in Mulan they say each flower blooms at its own time? Well, be patient, because even if what you wanted isn't coming yet, even if you're sitting there and saying, Dane, this is a really nice reading, but it's not true for me because all I've been through is struggle and disappointments and despairs. This is saying here that you are embracing something greater. have patience. Because you're going to see that this time is a time of unlikely allies. The Leo time frame, July 23rd to August 22nd. Unlikely allies moving you forward. This is also going to be a time where you really doubt yourself, where questioning you is very high, and that's something that you're going to do to yourself that is very unfair. Okay? So just be mindful of that. But here you move forward with strength, you move forward with courage, you know what it is that you want, and nothing and no one stops you. Unlikely allies. Strength through compassion. Opens doors. Your clarifying cards. The Empress. The King of Cups. The King of Swords. Strength. Strength. Perseverance. Understanding. Power. That's where you thrive during these 10 days. Trust yourself. Okay? Especially your heart and your mind. Trust yourself. Because you're being guided by the Divine Feminine. You're being guided by truth and bounty and beauty. And nothing and no one can stop you. Unless you stop yourself. Will this be a firework life? Will this be a 10 days of one great thing after another, and everybody seeing it? It can be for some. But I see it much more as something quiet. Something beautiful. Okay? Of really kind of shading your life. Adding depth and dimension to it. Okay, so if it's not one great thing after another, don't sit there and get upset with yourself. Know that you are heading in divine time to a greatness that you were born for. And know that you're embracing your soul, body, mind, and spirit. Your subconscious message. Right here, oh gosh, I love it. The Queen of Swords. Now you guys know, whenever I get the King and Queen of Swords, well, the Queen and Queen of Swords, but the King and Queen of the same suit, from the same deck in the reading, that's amazing. That to me is amazing because this is a true love connection. This is a powerful connection, especially because it's the King and Queen of Swords, and these two take no nonsense. They know their minds. They know what they want. You're guarding the seat of your soul. You're having this balance of masculine and feminine energy come in, especially when we have the Empress right here. There is a sense of absolute power guiding you. Absolute joy, prosperity, abundance. There is a sense of, especially with the Queen of Swords, needing to keep your independence and freedom. Needing to keep your wings unclipped. All right? So know that especially during these 10 days, you do not want to be put in a box. You do not want other people defining you. You are soaring towards greatness. You are embracing greatness. And you are moving towards your mind's purpose. Your wit, your mind is going to be so sharp during these 10 days that you can actually find yourself getting frustrated with everybody else for not keeping up. All right? So just be mindful of that too. But here, strong air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But your mind is on point, Scorpio. You have prosperity coming into your life. You can be finding a true love connection, most definitely. But I see this more as your own personal power coming in and your mind just being on point. Trust your intuition, trust yourself, and move forward in that truth. Let nobody steal your power because you're going to have people who want to, who are jealous and want to steal your power. Don't let them. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. It is always a pleasure reading for you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. Thank you for giving this reading a thumbs up, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'll be reading for you all really, really soon. Bye, guys.